Hey everyone, about 3 years ago, our church, North City, launched in this building behind me, Weber Park. And it was 2019, we launched, pretty typical church plant. It was fun, it was great. Our launch team outgrew this space, moved to an elementary school just down the road. And you all know, because you've lived it, what came after 2019. You all know that the pandemic hit March 2020, and that put our church into survival mode, and a lot transpired since that. The pandemic, as it was for many of you, I'm sure, was a crucible that changed us and transformed us. And all the while, in the midst of all the change, the decline in participation, all the things that we experienced, trying to do church online, trying to do hybrid stuff, all the while we had this nagging question: who is God calling us to become on the other side of this? Who is God calling us to become despite this? And in the midst of that, a long discernment process, we reached a place where we felt strongly that we were called to reemerge from the pandemic as a table-centric church, meaning table, food, meals had to be a big part of who we were and our gathering and how we fulfilled our mission of loving our neighbors in the way of Jesus. And many of you know the story that has emerged from that calling. That came to us about springtime 2021, and that summer we experimented with being a table-centric church. And in the midst of that, we found resources about dinner church and being a dinner church. We found those resources from Fresh Expressions, which is a group that helps churches reimagine how they can do church so they can reach the neighbors who aren't a part of church right now in their context. And in the midst of that, we met a friend by the name of Verlon Fosner, who has really pushed our understanding in North America of reclaiming this ancient New Testament practice of dinner church, agape feast, and what that could look like in our everyday neighborhood contexts. Many of you know the story of North City. You know that we started experimenting with dinner church and really just saw this amazing resurgence of relationship with our neighborhood, fulfillment of our mission to love our neighbors in the way of Jesus. And it really took us from a hard place where we were wondering if there was a future for North City to a future that we're very excited about, and a mission that we love to fulfill every week around tables right back here in Weber Park. So we've come to a place where we're really excited about sharing our story and sharing what's possible through dinner church with everyone who wants to listen. And so we've created an event in partnership with Fresh Expressions US, November 12th, to bring Verlon Fosner to Minneapolis to co-teach a training with me on dinner church, on table-centric gatherings of church. So maybe you're leading a church that wants to reach neighbors around them differently, wants to maybe explore a fresh expression of church, and you've thought about table-centric gatherings of church, and you want to just come learn more. This November 12th dinner church encounter is for you. This is for leaders and pastors, leaders of denominations, of churches, or just leaders of groups of people who are trying to reimagine what doing church looks like for them. This is for you. This will be a great training, not only on the theological and biblical underpinnings of the historic dinner church, but also some just practical examples of what dinner church looks like and what it would take for you to launch one, or just launch an iteration of it, a table-centric gathering in your own context. And my hope is that this is just the beginning of something in our area, in the upper Midwest and in Minneapolis in particular, of more and more table-centric gatherings every week where neighbors can become friends and get invited into the family of God over Jesus's dinner table. So if that interests you at all, please come and join us, hear more, meet other people in the room who are interested in this well. And I'm hoping that God starts something November 12th that ends up in some beautiful stories of people being reconnected to Jesus and reconnected to the church through dinner church. Join us. We'll see you there.